Welcome to Antarctica, the last frontier. Joe and I have just landed on Orcock Island, and I believe we're the first people to have ever set foot on this island in Antarctica. We landed on our Zodiac boat a few moments ago and look forward to later on exploring this island in its entirety. Before we came to Antarctica, we had the perception that this was a very inhospitable land, that it was a land full of blizzards, ice storms, snowstorms, and fierce and ferocious winds. Actually, nothing could have been further from the truth. All we've experienced are bright, sunny days, warmer actually than back in Chicago, London, or New York. Indeed, our only problem has been combating the sun and our suntans. Antarctica is a land of wonderful beauty and extraordinary wildlife, which has had Jory particularly enthralled.
Well, there's no question. I am totally enthralled. Where else can I realize my lifelong dream of sitting amongst chin-trapped penguins, looking at the crab-eating seals, while all the time we have Antarctic terns circling overhead, South Polar skuas, and knowing that in a very short time I'll be climbing back into our Zodiac, heading back out to another landing, and on the way, hopefully seeing the humpback whales that we saw on our way into this landing now. Truly a magnificent place, and what an experience.
It's an amazing thing actually to think that we can be sitting here looking at the penguins tobogganing down the slope over there, the Antarctic tern with its nest above us, and to think within a half an hour we'll go back in our Zodiac boat through the humpback whales and back on the Explorer where we'll be welcomed with hot cocoa or coffee and a wonderful, luxurious ship. The Explorer was built especially for Antarctic travel, and we believe it brings people to this sixth continent in the comfort and luxuries for which Abercrombie and Kent are well known. Jory and I now look forward to introducing you to Antarctica, the sixth continent, vicariously by way of this film, and taking you on our ship, the Explorer, through the ice floes and the whales to the continent beyond us.
Abercrombie and Kent tours are simply the very best, right from the beginning. A flight on one of Lanchili's new Boeing 767s from Miami arrives in the cosmopolitan city of Santiago, Chile. Our guide meets us, and we transfer to the luxurious Hyatt Regency Hotel. You can relax and savor the warm Chilean sun by a waterfall at the pool, or you could enjoy a scenic tour of the city and a little shopping before the evening's welcome dinner. Accommodations at this new Hyatt Hotel are absolutely first class and a perfect place to end the day. While you're relaxing at breakfast, a Lanchili 737 is readied for the flight to the Falkland Islands. The snow on the mountain tops of the Andes turns our thoughts to Antarctica. What will it really be like? Our famous little red ship, the Explorer, will be waiting in the harbour at Port Stanley, the capital of the Falklands. Colourful cottages and weathered buildings line the streets of this rustic seaport, which is decidedly British, and the quintessential place to begin an adventure. Visitors always seem to find their way to the Falkland Islands Museum and its whimsical curator, John Mills.
When it was a pub instrument, it used to have bars across the front to stop the customers falling in among the works. And when we find out what form those bars are taking, we can do some more.
A walking tour, you'll find, is all it takes to reveal the entire town. And of course, shopping for those famous Falkland Island woolen goods. By late afternoon, it's time to turn our thoughts to other destinations. And the Explorer.
My name is Doris Martin. I'm the cruise director on board, and it's certainly my pleasure to welcome all of you aboard the MS Explorer.
Our orientation included a fashion show of the latest in expedition wear, preparing us for our first landing, which was much closer than we thought.
We're starting out with a bang tomorrow morning, 7:30, Bleecker Island.
A voyage on the Explorer is your gateway to adventure and discovery. You become part of an expedition, not just a passive observer on a cruise. The first Zodiac ride is exhilarating, landing us directly on the beach, with a little local supervision. A team of renowned Antarctic naturalists accompanies every journey. They are experts from an intriguing variety of disciplines, and they'll answer questions, offer guidance and useful information, and ensure your Antarctic experience is exciting and rewarding. The best part of it all is that you can become involved. You'll see wildlife you can't see anywhere else on Earth. You'll see it as few people ever will, close up in its natural habitat. The photo opportunities are remarkable. You won't need your binoculars to see the wildlife on Sea Lion Island. You'll land smack right in the middle of it all. And you'll find most of the residents are basically unconcerned with the bright red visitors around them.
This is one of the few natural wildlife areas left in the world where you can actually walk among these huge wild animals. We've got these elephant seals of up to 20 feet, weighing 4 ton. We've got the penguins, 5 different species of penguins, and peace and solitude, where you can walk out onto a beach with all the animals and no one else.
We share this deep respect for nature and the environment. Our goal on every cruise is to leave the land and its inhabitants undisturbed, exactly as we found them. The thrill of exploring new lands and the raw beauty of this pristine wilderness is perfectly complemented by our return to the Explorer after each landing. It offers the comfort and intimacy of a luxury yacht. Tonight we gather in the Explorer Lounge as the captain toasts new friends and the adventure ahead in Antarctica. It's a perfect prelude to the captain's dinner. As the Explorer heads across the Drake Passage, you'll have time to appreciate your new surroundings. You'll feel at home in any of our twin cabins. They all have an outside view and a private bath with a shower. Birders are usually on the deck early, scanning the skies. Our naturalists are always on hand to offer information.
It's derived from the Spanish word Alcatraz, which means pelican.
One of the things I liked about it a lot is that they talk to us laymen in plain, ordinary English. They bring it right down to earth so that we all feel a real part of it.
These naturalists are also in the lecture hall throughout the day presenting special programs. If you prefer learning on your own, there's always the cozy library. Dining is a special time on the Explorer. Our buffets are legendary.
The food, what can you say? It's an A&K trip. Of course, we're going to eat too much.
The food was very good, I thought. Well prepared and well presented, and I ate too much too.
And here's the answer to that. The gym is complete with fitness equipment and a sauna. An open bridge policy welcomes passengers any time of the day or night. You can watch, ask questions, or follow your progress on the ship's charts. There's always someone ready to help. Finally, like a giant signpost in the fog, our first iceberg appears, marking the way and officially welcoming us to Antarctica. Here at Elephant Island, we'll be taking the Zodiacs in to explore the area where Antarctic explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton and his men were stranded in the winter of 1916. The Explorer's fleet of Zodiacs is at the heart of our expeditions. They can safely and quickly whisk all passengers ashore in just minutes. And that means more landings and more time exploring. Invented by famed explorer Jacques Cousteau, These stable, maneuverable craft are piloted by some of our naturalists who are well experienced in polar waters. They'll take you to places and sights only a privileged few will ever see. You'll be observing and learning about wildlife while cruising along a rocky shore dotted with penguins, or turning a corner into a cove filled with brash ice. The wonder and variety of sights and sounds is endless. The captain and crew of the Explorer are among the most experienced working in Antarctica, and they use that experience to select the best and most diverse landing sites each day. Once you land, well, that's where your choices begin.
But you're free to go wherever you can go. Last boat's 10:30.
Perhaps a walk along the beach with one of the naturalists to discover a little about the island's origins.
These are pillow lavas, and this is one of the main pillows right here. The interior of this was all erupted underwater.
You might choose to explore the island on your own, or climb the hillsides, hiking in search of the giant petrel. These huge birds build their nests on the cliffs using small stones, and we're able to get quite close without disturbing them. Each landing is an opportunity to meet new friends. There are no fixed schedules or timetables ashore. This means you do all that you want when you want. And beautiful pictures seems to be what everyone wants.
I got wonderful pictures. We got giant petrels that were nesting, and we got a lot of penguin pictures in, both gentoo and chinstrap. And what we found was that the gentoos apparently like to follow people that are in line, straight line.
These chinstrap penguins seem to have the same idea. All of the Explorer's expeditions are conducted during the Antarctic summer. The scenery and wildlife are at their peak, and so are the temperatures.
Today's beautiful. You practically don't even need a jacket.
Chicago's much colder in the winter.
In Chicago,
nothing for us.
no scenery like this either, so it's fantastic.
As the Explorer descends deeper into the Antarctic, silently the pack ice begins to appear, horizon to horizon, and it draws the passengers to the decks like a magnet.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. I don't think all the films in the world could even begin to portray what it's really like. You just got to come and see it.
The Explorer is at home in the Antarctic. She is one of the few passenger vessels in the world specifically designed for polar waters. With her ice-hardened double hull, she has earned an unrestricted ice rating. We have designed our Antarctic voyages and the Explorer herself to be environmentally friendly. All waste is controlled or incinerated. Nothing is ever dumped overboard. We even make our own fresh water. The Explorer may be red on the outside, but her heart is green and ecologically sound. It's rush hour at Arctowski. The scientists at this Polish research station are here year-round, and the only other humans we will see on our entire voyage in the Antarctic. You'll be welcomed in and shown around the facility, including the post office, where you can purchase souvenir stamps and hand-cancel your own cards and letters home. At the end of each day's adventures, tradition calls for a recap in the Explorer Lounge.
The volcano that you looked at as you left the ship this morning at Penguin Island was just a classical volcano.
As always, personal service and attention to detail make certain everything is ready well before you need it. But when to go to bed is really the dilemma. Sunsets here last well into the night, and there's so much to see. These expeditions are active experiences. Each landing brings a sense of new adventure and kindles a spirit of discovery.
There are penguins scattered around the southern hemisphere, along coastlines and islands, but the big concentrations of them are all in the Antarctic. And to really see penguins in their glory, you need to come to someplace like this, like Paulette Island, where there are estimated to be at least 60,000 pairs of Adelie penguins breeding.
You'll gain new insight into the past and see where history actually took place.
Antarctica is steeped in history, the history of the first pioneer explorers. And today we are very privileged that we can follow in their footsteps and find some of the traces of their early adventures. And this is a good example here. This is where Captain Larson helped the ship.
Wildlife and their unique habits tend to take on new meaning when they're just a few feet in front of you. Much of Antarctica's wildlife is equally at home on the icebergs and in the water, and the best way to see all of this up close is by zodiac. As the explorer heads farther south, deeper into Antarctica, the scenery changes dramatically. There's a surreal atmosphere among these majestic frozen mountains of the sea. Mirror smooth, still, and mysterious.
I thought Glacier Bay, Alaska was something pretty stupendous until I saw these ice down here. You could put 100 of them in where we were in Antarctica.
It's customary that we celebrate these remarkable sights. Hot cocoa and spirits are served on deck as new friends share the extraordinary experience. The Explorer's size and design and her intimate passenger complement of only 96 allows for truly personal service and wonderful camaraderie. The days have gotten progressively longer, and now it's light for all but a few hours. While you sleep in comfort, the little red ship embarks on a new course back across the Antarctic Sound to our next destination. Deception Island is, quite simply, a place like no other on Earth. It's fascinating from every angle. As the captain skillfully maneuvers the Explorer through Neptune's bellows, the narrow entrance to the island's interior, you're reminded that this is much more than a cruise. You're part of an adventure.
This place is really unique in the entire world as far as I'm able to determine, because you're able to bring a ship directly into the caldera, that is the crater of the volcano, and it's a situation that I don't know.
Nearly a century ago, men lived and worked here. Now this deserted whaling station is an Antarctic ghost town, and it's just waiting to be explored. Just for fun, try a slide down a snow-covered glacier. There's no sled required here. The volcanic craters at nearby Telephone Bay offer some great hiking and spectacular photography. Passengers love the freedom to choose their own activities.
I think one of the greatest things is that you're not tied to a schedule. You're not tied to, you have to do this and you can't do this.
This strange scene is Pendulum Cove here on Deception Island, and it's about to get even stranger. Believe it or not, these passengers are about to go swimming. Although swimming and Antarctica seem a contradiction in terms, this rare opportunity is what brings us to Pendulum Cove. Geothermal springs heat the waters here to bathwater temperatures with delightful results.
Wonderful! Look how warm it is.
A warm bath.
On our return to the Explorer, we're greeted and served hot cocoa, coffee, or a little schnapps. After all, the air is still about 38 degrees here. A shout goes up. Whales off the starboard bow, and the entire ship empties onto the decks. The humpbacks are here. We stay a respectful distance from them, but they seem curious and come quite near, as if to greet the Explorer. Your first sight of these graceful giants will last a lifetime. And your photographs may live on by helping scientists identify and study the migration patterns of these magnificent creatures. Their flukes are as special as fingerprints and can clearly identify individual animals. So you'll want to be ready with your cameras. And if you think they look big from the deck of the Explorer, try it from a Zodiac, 20 feet away. It doesn't get any better than this. But things do get bigger. This is indeed a world-class adventure. It stirs one's spirit to think that most of the places we see here have never felt a human footstep. As we begin our voyage north to our final landing at Cape Horn on our way home, there's a time for reflection.
I believe it's one of the few areas that you can really feel that you're the first one here, that nature is talking to you, and that you can truly listen. It's very quiet, it's very serene.
I think that this trip exceeded any expectations that I had, and I came with very high expectations because other people I know who have taken a trip similar to this have all said it's the best trip they've ever had. So I was looking for a lot, and I got even more.
I guess I sum it up just by saying, where else can you be out in a Zodiac 10 feet away from a humpback whale as it's eating tons and tons of krill, beautiful mountains of snow in the background. That's how I sum it up. It's fantastic.
To reserve your place on an upcoming Antarctic expedition on the Explorer, contact your travel agent or Abercrombie & Kent International.